Hello, in today's video, I'm going to talk about a commonly encountered programming problem. That is, the displayed date somehow is off by 1 day in your web application. Why is this happening? For example, you use a web application, use the date picker in Angular to pick a date, August 1st, 2023. You click on Save. And later, you fly to California and you launch the web application again and load the saved record from the database and display it in the web application. Somehow, the display date is now July 31st, 2023. There's 1 day off. So why is this happening? To understand the source of the problem, I will need to explain how JavaScript or computer programs in general stores date. So a date to a computer is just one number, integer, measured as the milliseconds since the epoch or the midnight of January 1st, 1970 UTC time. So UTC time is International Standard Time. If you watch some movies, the aircraft carrier in the Persian Gulf, there's a nuclear submarine launching a cruise missile in North Atlantic. These military coordinations, we have a lot of assets spread all over the world. To coordinate them, we have to use a single time zone. It's called Zulu, which is the UTC time, Zulu time. So UTC time is, with the daylight saving in Massachusetts, it's 4 hours ahead of Massachusetts. So now it's 9:12 p.m. in Massachusetts. 4 hours, that is 12. It's actually 1 o'clock, 1:12 a.m. UTC time. So it's 4 hours ahead of us. Now, so the computer stores time as an integer, as a millisecond since that epoch time, or January 1st, 1970 of UTC time zone. And you can use the function getTime to get this integer from any data object in JavaScript. So this is the computer time, an integer, but the calendar time is a lot more complicated. First, you have year, you have month, you have day, you have hour, minutes, seconds, milliseconds, and also time zone. So you have a total of 8 values to determine a unique integer time. And also, because we have 38 time zones, actually you can do a research why we have 38 time zones, because there are some crazy country, Pacific Islanders, they created all these crazy time zones, like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So the earliest time zone is plus 14. It's 14 hours ahead of the UTC time. And the latest time zone is negative 12 hours after the UTC time. So there's all these 38 crazy time zones. When your computer loads and time, remember the computer always stores time as an integer. How does it display it as a calendar date? The mapping between integer to calendar date is 1 to 38 for the same integer, same moment in time. There are 38 time zones. I'll give you one example here. June 27th, 2023, 4:31 in the afternoon, U.S. Eastern Time, is the same as June 28th, 4 o'clock in the morning, Beijing time. So there's a 12-hour difference. There are 38 of these guys. They all refer to the same integer time, this dude. So when you load a time saved in a database stored as an integer, how do you display it as one of the calendar days when there are 38 possibilities? Well, the answer lies in your computer. Your computer has a time zone. So it will use your computer's own time zone to find the one calendar date to display out of the 38. Now, once this is explained, you now understand why you have this error. So in the morning, you're in Massachusetts. You clicked on the web application, select August 1st, 2023, and click on Save. When you save this time, it uses your Eastern time zone, your Massachusetts time zone. So the default hour, minute, second, and millisecond would be 0000. That is midnight. So when you save August 1st, 2023 in Massachusetts, that is midnight, August 1st, 2023, Massachusetts time. When you fly to California and you launch your web application to load the previously saved Massachusetts time from database, it is displayed as July 31st. Why? Because August 1st midnight in Massachusetts is July 31st, 9 o'clock in the evening, the California time is 3 hours behind Massachusetts time. So that same integer time loaded from database when displayed in California using California time, Pacific time, that midnight in Massachusetts becomes 9 o'clock in the evening in California of the previous day. Now your date is off by 1 day. So that is cause off by 1 day. When you save the time, it is saved in one time zone. When you load the time, it's loaded as another time zone. This can be your traveling can cause this problem, or you could be loading date from a database, and those dates were saved from different time zone than your computer is located. Then you got this mess up due to the time zone offset. When the time is saved, time zone 1. When the time is consumed, time zone 2. So there's 1 day off. So how do you solve this problem? There are a number of solutions. Obviously, you can create your own data type. Your own data type has only year, month, and date, but that's a very bad idea because we have so many nice utilities already built in JavaScript. You can convert date to a weekday, Monday, Tuesday. You can do all these kind of wonderful things with a data object in JavaScript. So I would recommend you to not create your own data type. There are 2 really smart kids on my team, and they propose this solution is to subtract, actually, yeah. When you save the date, you can subtract your time zone offset. The JavaScript functions getTimezoneOffset. So if you are in Massachusetts, which is 4 hours after the UTC time, your time zone offset is positive 240 minutes. So when you subtract 240 minutes, when you save the date, so the date is August 1st, 2023, Massachusetts midnight. When you subtract 240 minutes, that is 4 hours, it becomes 8 p.m. of July the 31st, the previous day of 8 p.m. instead of midnight, August 1st. But that July 31st, 8 p.m. translates to August 1st, midnight of UTC time. So the solution is that you save everything as UTC time, and when you consume the saved date, you load everything as UTC time. So every time you subtract your time zone offset, that midnight, your local time becomes midnight UTC time, and you save the midnight UTC time to the database. When you load the time, you just do the opposite. You plus the time zone offset. So UTC time midnight, when loaded in Massachusetts time, the Eastern time, you plus 4 hours time zone offset, it becomes midnight Massachusetts time. So this approach is non-destructive because you never change anything to the database. In the database, everything is saved as midnight UTC time. And when you consume the date, by adding the time zone offset back, you convert midnight UTC time to your current time zone's UTC time, current time zone's midnight. So by adding back the time zone offset. So this is one solution. When you save, subtract. When you load, consume, add. So it doesn't matter where you are. You can save the time in Massachusetts, load it in India, in China, or the reverse. You can always get the correct date because everything is saved as midnight UTC time and everything is consumed as midnight UTC time. You subtract your time zone offset, you add it back when you read it. So this is one solution. Also, I want to mention, when you use the data constructor, the new date in JavaScript, your time object will be today's date plus the exact hour, exact minute, exact second, and exact millisecond. So if you want to avoid this kind of problem, you may want to use the setHours function with 40 as arguments, 0000. This will change your whatever the time from the data constructor into midnight. 0 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds, 0 millisecond. So this way you can standard your time. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Then you can again use that, subtracting your time zone offset and add back the time zone offset when you load the data. So you will always get the correct date. Okay, I hope this is not too confusing. Thank you